Our phone number is 877-937-1047. Our website, johnjrich.com. All our social media is at John J. and Rich. Crazy weekend, huh?
I'll say.
Pretty insane.
Man, that was crazy. The Trump stuff, all the celebrities are dying. And then I was like touching base with Kyle on certain things. I can't believe, sometimes I see my life like in reverse through you, because what happened to your son happened exactly to my son. I feel like, how old is your son?
7.
7 is exactly what happened to Dutch. What happened?
So we were actually up in Greer, and we had gone to this little park. And Greer's such a small, cute little town that like park equipment is kind of old school.
It's like 1975 there.
Yeah, where, like safety wasn't as much of a concern, if you will. But he was trying out the monkey bars. And I was so proud of him because Easton is so cautious. He doesn't really take risks. And he climbed up, and these particular monkey bars were probably monkey bars that John Jay, as a very tall man, could do and not touch the ground.
Oh, wow. They were
pretty
up there.
high up there. So he gets up there to the first rung, and he's like, I don't know. What happens if I fall down? I go, you fall down and you get back up. No problem, right? And so he tries to do it, and he makes it almost across, falls down, lands on his feet. I go, see? There you go. And he was like, okay. So he got this sort of confidence, like it's going to be all right. Then he goes on the monkey bars again. He makes it all the way across. He's so proud of himself. I'm like, dude, this is awesome. This is your first time, right? And so we were in the middle of kind of like eating a sort of picnic. And so the picnic table where I was sitting, to turn around to eat, my back was kind of to the monkey bars. And so he apparently kept going, right? Because he was in it, right? He's doing these monkey bars, right? And I'm about to take a bite of food, and all of a sudden I hear both my husband and our friends go, and then I hear boom, and then I just hear Easton scream, like this blood-curdling scream, and he goes, my arm's broken! I need to go to the hospital! And I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh. So Scott had, like, because he kind of like actually saw him falling, had already started running over there. I run over, I pick him up, and I just see my husband's face as I'm holding Easton, and he's crying. And Scott just gives me the face like, it doesn't look good. Like his arm doesn't look good. And Easton's kind of holding on to me, and I look down, and you know how on where your forearm goes into your wrist, goes into your hand, it's a straight line. Mm-hmm. His was not a straight line. It was like angular. It like curved in. And I looked at Scott, and I'm like, oh, expletive, quietly mouthing it, trying not to let Easton feel my fear for him. And I'm calming him down, and I'm like, okay, it's going to be all right. Addie broke her arm before. If it's broken, bones heal. Let's do this. Let's find the place to go. We're going to take care of it. So like I said, Greer's a really tiny, cute little town. They don't have a hospital there.
I was wondering that same thing. Where do you go?
They don't
in
have
Greer?
a hospital there.
The word was already out that a kid fell in monkey bars. That's the big news in Greer.
It just spread. So we actually went to the fire department in Greer, and there was a firefighter and a paramedic there, and they gave him a little splint, and they reassured us. And we were like, we know where to go. Do we go to Sholo? That's kind of a long drive. And they were like, no. Springerville is just 20 minutes away. Their facility is about the same as Sholo, so that's where you want to go. And, we know some of the guys over there, so we'll give them a call and let them know you guys are on the way. And we were like, okay. And so thank God they put the splint on him, because I think he felt more secure with that. And then we could actually put him in a seatbelt and, have it be safe to drive there. We get to the emergency room. I'd never been to Springerville before. Also, a very cute little town. And there's like 8 seats in the waiting room. And I think there's like 3 or 4 rooms in the entire emergency room. And they were kind of busy. But they got us in. They took an x-ray right when we got there. And when the doctor looked at it, he's like, yeah, it's definitely fractured. And I posted a picture of the x-ray on my Instagram. And it's like, it's totally, I mean, it looks
displaced.
Yeah, and then you can tell why the arm looked curved. So what he did is he's like, when's the last time he ate or drank? I'm like, we were just eating lunch, basically. And he's like, okay, well, normally what we would do is we would basically put him under and reset the bone.
Dang.
And I'm like, ugh. And they're like, we don't want to do that because he just ate, and that's not going to be good with anesthesia or whatever. So he's like, I'm going to sit with him and see if I can do it manually while he's awake. And I was like, that sounds really painful. He's 7 and doesn't really have a great pain tolerance. And he's like, I'll take it easy. I'll do what I can. So he goes and he tries to do it, and Easton's like, ow, ow. And I'm like, oh, I hate seeing this.
That's
I hate
going to
seeing
be
my kid in
awful
pain.
for you.
So the doctor then leaves and he comes back with this huge shot of something. He's like, I'm going to give him a numbing shot. He gives him 5 shots, and you guys, when I tell you, like, he puts the needle in and moves the needle around when the stuff's going in, I was just like, oh my gosh. But I think I was freaking out more than Easton because he was like, ow, ow, ow. He wasn't crying. And I'm like, oh my God, you're being so brave right now. This is great. So numbs it up, resets it, takes another x-ray, and he's like, I just need to do one more adjustment, and I think we're going to be good. So he adjusts it again, and the before and after of, I took a picture of the arm. The curve is gone when he reset it.
Wow.
And in the actual x-ray, you can see the bone actually moved. And I'm just like, oh my gosh.
Wow.
So we got to follow up with an ortho,
Springerville.
but he's going to be good. And he has had, he's had such a great attitude. It helped me as a mom because I, internally freaking out, but externally trying to be like,
Right.
it's going to be fine.
Well,
But
I was going to say, it happened to my son Dutch. He's 17. It happened when he was 7. He was standing on the monkey bars on top, walking, fell, broke his arm. Pink cast.
That touch is so awesome.
Style.
Pink cast.
I just love how Easton was so aware when he fell that he was like, I need to go to the hospital.
Immediately.
It's a smart kid you got.
Well, we're glad he's okay. JJ and Rich, Kyle's got 3 things we need to know.
It was a pretty crazy Saturday. Former President Donald Trump was shot during his rally in Pennsylvania in what the FBI says was an assassination attempt and a political act of domestic terrorism. The gunman, at least one audience member, are dead, and 2 other attendees were critically injured. So I'm sure you've seen all the videos on social media. I mean, it's pretty much all you see when you scroll through your feed. There was a video that a lot of people are calling attention to. Before the shooting actually happened, people noticed the gunman on the roof and tried to alert authorities.
We have criminals.
He's
we
on
have
the roof. He's
drug
alive.
dealers. We have people that
Right
should not be
here,
here.
right on the roof.
It's much
He's
tougher
getting
than
up now.
it happens.
He went right on the roof again.
There's reports that possibly an officer went and approached the man. The man pointed his gun at him, and then he went down. But a lot of it is speculation at this point. In any case, moments after, shots were fired at former President Donald Trump.
I really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
The scene was just, I don't know about you guys, but I've watched the videos over and over again, and just each time watching a different part of it and just wondering what happened, how did this happen? What is going on in our world? This is just insane. So President Trump has done his first interview afterwards, and he's like, I'm not even supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be dead. He's got his ears covered up, and President Biden made a statement as well.
There's no place in America for this kind of violence. It's sick. It's sick. It's one of the reasons why we have to unite this country. We cannot allow for this to be happening. We cannot be like this. We cannot condone this.
Said a thorough investigation would need to happen. And I think a lot of us just really kind of want some answers.
I have audio from the podium microphone. So, he was standing at the podium.
Yeah.
This is audio from the podium microphone that caught the sounds of Trump being surrounded by Secret Service agents. So the first thing you hear is about 8 seconds in, you hear a female agent say, what are we doing? Then they begin standing Trump back up. Then they say, Hawkeye's here, which is the armored vehicle that they used to get out. Then you hear him say, the shooter's down. Then you hear Trump. He's saying, let me get my shoes. Let me get my shoes. Because I didn't even realize till the next day that a shoe fell off. And then you zoom in on the shoe. Check this out.
Take a look at what happened.
Are you ready? On you.
Ready?
Move.
Up.
Move. Go.
Up. Hawkeye's here.
Hawkeye's here. Move to the stand.
Are we good?
Shooter's down.
Shooter's down. Are we good to move?
Good to move.
Clear.
Let's move. Let's move.
We're clear.
Come on.
Let me get my shoes. Let me get my shoes.
I got you, sir. I got you, sir.
Let me get my shoes.
Hold that in your head. It's bloody.
So we got to move to the bus. Move to the bus.
Isn't that wild? Let me get my shoes. It's like he was like,
Why are you worried about your shoes? You just got shot.
those are Travis Scott's.
He must have been some really good shoes. So the man who passed away, I do want to mention, a volunteer firefighter. His name is Corey Comparator. I don't know if you guys saw his daughter's post. That was so heartbreaking to see. She was like, literally, my dad is a hero, shielding me and my mom. He literally took a bullet for his family. So
Her and I would go back and forth about coming on the show.
Really? Oh, I can't even imagine just the trauma that she's just been through. So just want to say thoughts and prayers out to her family. And yeah, just definitely a crazy, crazy day. If you're feeling a little tired this morning, sleep experts have weighed in on why some people use the snooze button. I think Peyton, you and I are both snoozers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very guilty.
And Josh, I feel like you're totally against the snooze.
I don't believe
I don't like it either.
I get up before my alarm. I'm paranoid of my alarm going off.
I don't know. I need the snooze. But sleep experts say we do this because of sleep deprivation. It's because of that. Or you're snoozing because you're a night owl and you got an early work morning schedule. Peyton, I think that's kind of you. You stay up very late. I don't know how you do it. And they say another possible reason is sleep inertia, which is actually a disorder that hampers your ability to transition out of sleep. So it may not even be your fault. Like you just have a tough time transitioning out of sleep. And then they, state the obvious, like maybe you just need more sleep. I was like, okay, good. Glad we spent a whole thing on that. This is bananas, and it just shows you how powerful the Taylor Swift effect is. Southwest Airlines announced that they are literally changing their flight schedules to accommodate Taylor Swift fans.
It's about time.
The Swifties in October that want to go see her show. She is, a lot of people are going to want to see her show, and they say they're going to add 10 different flights from all over just because they know so many people are going to want to see Taylor Swift. And that's 3 things you want to know.
Jajay and Rich, the vibe, Peyton, for horoscopes.
I'm going to tell you how each sign handles stress.
Hello, Jody. What's your sign?
I'm a Cancer.
All right, Cancers.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning. You guys seek peace in your family, in home-cooked meals, and in nostalgic TV shows that remind you of the simpler times. If you're stressed, you honestly just call your mom or your best friend.
True.
Yep.
All right, Jody. Thanks for listening. Have a wonderful day.
All right, thank you.
Bernice, good morning. Hello? Hello?
Hi, hello?
Is it Bernice? Are you Bernice?
Yes.
Hello,
yes,
hello, Bernice.
Berenice.
What's your sign?
I'm a Taurus.
Okay, so Taurus, you guys find comfort in food, sleep, and anything that involves cozying up in your favorite blanket. If you guys are stressed out, it's just time for a snack and a nap. You guys get very hangry as well.
Oh my God, absolutely. Thank you.
Hey, wait, did you say your name is Berenice?
Yes,
Okay.
Berenice.
That's right. Jenna's answering phones right now, and I thought maybe she spelled Bernice wrong. My bad. Berenice, drive safe.
It's a pretty name.
Blanca.
Blanca, this is Blanca, and hi, I'm Sagittarius.
Sagittarius, this is how you guys handle stress. You deal with it by planning spontaneous trips and adventures, always ready to just escape the chaos. If you need a passport, that's what you're going to go grab and get. You're going to get a getaway when you're stressed out.
God, I hope so.
Don't we all?
All right, Blanca.
Don't
Have a great day. How does Kyle the Libra handle stress since her
Kyle.
son? Let's see if it matches how she handled when her son broke his arm.
Honestly, I don't know if this is going to match for like Easton stress and things like that, but Libras, you guys typically handle stress by indulging in beauty treatment, shopping, and anything that brings a sense of balance and luxury.
Well, that
so
sounds
Kyle,
fun.
if you handle stress by getting Botox, then yes, this is it for you.
Mom, my arm is broken. I got to get Botox right now.
I did actually tell Scott last night because, like, when my Botox starts to wear off, I get really bad headaches. And I was like, and he's like, oh my gosh, I can see your angry 11s. And I was like, I need Botox.
How can he say that
That
to
was
you?
after we already knew Easton was okay.
Okay, good.
How can he say that
Everything
to
in
you?
balance.
With him, the fact that he's saying that to you is like that's like, do I look fat in these jeans? Yes. Like
No,
that-
I appreciate it. Because then I know it's really time. Then I know it's not in my head. Like, my headaches are really from that.
You don't have any
Let
angry
me see
11s.
your angry 11s. You're crazy.
You're
bad
nuts.
right now.
No, it's
He
not.
doesn't want anything to move in your face.
Yeah, nothing.
All right, what do you got for Rich?
For Rich, this is how you handle stress. You guys stress by escaping into your imagination. We know this, though. Taking a bubble bath. That's how you're going to get it down. And you're going to get lost in your tune. So you're going to spark that candle, roll your bubble bath, and listen to your music.
I haven't done a bubble bath for any reason for many, many, many years.
It looks like
but
you
that
need to
sounds
get on it.
delightful.
What about for you, Peyton? Leo?
Leos, we handle stress by just throwing a party, performing karaoke, or doing anything that just puts us in the spotlight. We need to be in the center of attention to de-stress.
Okay, how about Virgos?
Virgos, you guys cope with stress by cleaning, organizing, and making lists until your stress is sorted out into a neat labeled box. You must organize everything in order to get rid of that stress.
Okay, if we didn't get to your sign, they're all posted on our website, johnjaneandrich.com. John Jane Rich, time for Stacks and Hacks. I have Stacks information. Rich has life hacks. I know there's a lot of news from this weekend, but I can't think of anything. I can't believe we didn't talk about this yet. Yesterday was Macaroni and Cheese Day.
What?
In a poll, 70% of people say they eat mac and cheese with a fork. 24% use a spoon. I've used both.
Using a spoon is a crime.
I've used both.
You got to
Yeah, I
stab the
think I have too.
noodles.
It's fun to stab the noodles, but sometimes it's fun to just scoop them up.
I'm out on that. That's
shovel them in.
27-year-old woman in California was arrested Thursday for stealing from the same TJ Maxx location up to 30 times. Check this out.
In my 25 years as a city prosecutor, I've never seen a case with 30 counts. I've never seen a person go this long without being caught. The police reports showed a pattern of a person entering a store, spending very little time on the floor of the store, grabbing merchandise and simply walking out.
30 times.
Don't they wait until you racked up enough money and stolen goods to be able to press charges on you?
Felony, probably.
Yeah, right. I've heard that Target does that too.
Okay, so the guy doesn't even try to hide it. He just takes the merchandise and walks out?
I guess. A woman. Kyle, you were talking about mosquito bites because you had them all over your body, right? So studies have found that beer, bananas, and smelly cheese might attract mosquitoes. Did you eat bananas every day?
I do eat bananas.
Rosemary, grapefruit, and garlic keep them away.
I bet. Keep anybody
Please don't
away.
eat those in the studio.
Yeah.
Man in Florida was arrested after exposing himself to women in the Walmart parking lot.
Oh.
Now, to be clear, he was intentionally doing this. It wasn't just him being underdressed, which also happens a lot in Walmart. That's not what happened. They've released data on the most lucrative areas of study for college grads. What do you think is the number one? You get out of college, you have the big highest paying job. What do you
Something
think?
with tech. Like coding or something.
Oh, yeah, good. Game designer.
Yeah.
What about architecture?
Engineering is the answer. Any kind of engineering. Yeah. If you are a mechanical engineer, you make $70,000. Industrial engineer, $71,000. Electrical engineer, $72,000. Aerospace engineer, $74,000. Computer science, $78,000. Chemical engineering, $79,000. Computer engineering, $80,000. I would never, ever, ever in a million years ever take any of those classes.
You have to be super smart to do that too.
Okay, so my son loves scary movies. And his friends went to go see this movie over the weekend because we were at a basketball tournament in Los Angeles all weekend. And he got a text message. I want to read you the text message. Let me read that. I want to read this message. I said, could you please send me that message? Because I couldn't believe what they said about the movie. And I've been seeing, I wonder if Grant saw this movie. It's supposed to be one of the scariest movies of all time. Dutch said, I can genuinely say I've never seen a more sick and vile piece of cinematography in my life, bro, that generally took a toll on my mental health.
Whoa.
And it's the Nickless Cage movie, Longlegs. It had a surprisingly good opening, but Despicable Me 4 won the box office, but Longlegs apparently has people running out of the theater terrified and scared and screaming. Have you heard anything about it yet?
No, I haven't.
If anyone's seen Longlegs, please call 877-937-1047. What do you got for life hacks, Rich?
I wonder if this is you. This has been me before. Have you ever had your leg fall asleep right when you need to get up and walk across the room in front of
Yes.
people?
Mostly after scrolling on the toilet.
Yeah, I mean it's a terrible thing, right? And people are watching nope, they're gonna say I got a limp, I gotta shake it. So here's how you can get rid of any falling asleep body part feeling right away. It has to do with your neck and your head. Shake your head from left to right really fast, quickly, and that will wake up your system because it sends blood moving through your body and gives your entire nervous system a jolt saying, hey, we need to use this limb right now. So before you get up and walk looking like a fool, you can try that. It should work for you. That life hack and many more can be found at johnjaneandrich.com.
I was telling you about this movie, this Nickless Cage movie that apparently is the scariest movie of all time. Candy, you saw it?
Yes, I've seen it, and it is not scary at all. It's weird.
Okay, what?
Me and my friends start falling asleep in the movie theater.
Okay, what's the scariest movie to you? What's the scariest movie you've ever seen?
The Exorcist.
Oh, that's pretty scary.
That's pretty scary.
Okay, that's interesting.
Or
that must
Carrie is better.
it must just be marketing then. Okay. Thanks, Candy. Although
Yeah.
Dutch's friend saw it, and Anyway, thanks, Candy. So, speaking of Dutch, he's 17. His birthday's Thursday. He turns 18.
Oh my
Wow,
gosh,
what a
that's a big
trip.
one.
I know, and like kind of forgot. So it's like we haven't asked him what he wants to do for his birthday, what he wants. We don't know what he wants, but he loves shoes. He's a sneakerhead. He loves shoes. And we asked him last week. Finally, we was like, "Hey, so what do you want for your birthday?" Or he's like, "Oh." So anyway, he's got a basketball tournament in Los Angeles this last weekend, and the coach Tarek, great guy, amazing coach. Apparently, sent in the group chat. This is where we're staying. It was called the Marriott Suites. Is where they were staying in Anaheim. And Blake gets there a day before me, and she gets into the hotel, and it turns out she booked it at the wrong Marriott. She clicked the wrong Marriott, right? She's booked it at the room at the Marriott, walking distance from Disneyland, right? So I feel like we were the only people at Disneyland that didn't go to Disneyland. Like everyone in the hotel's got Mickey Mouse ears. I mean, picture, everyone is Disneyland. And their hotel is about a quarter mile away. Maybe half. It was a little bit, I take that right. I can tell you exactly how far away it is, 0.07, because I walked from their hotel to my hotel. Almost a mile. And I was so bummed. And their hotel, the Marriott Suites, like big room, right? The Disney hotel that we were at was tiny little beds, because I think they're trying to shove as many little people as they can in there,
Makes
like little kids.
sense.
So my wife and I had to share this little bed, and I was like, I was bleeding onto her side. My body parts were rolling on her. It was just terrible. My fat was everywhere. So she'd go from my bed to Dutch's bed, then come back to my bed. It was so terrible. I wish that we were in another thing, and I was so bothered by that, right? So, basketball tournament. Then after the basketball tournament, Peyton, you know this lifestyle. We get out of the basketball game at 9 o'clock at night. Then they want to go get pizza.
Yeah.
So it's 10 o'clock at night. We're eating pizza, right? So I didn't want to deal with that. And everyone could just walk from their hotel to the restaurants, but we were a mile away. So cut to day 3 of being there, which is yesterday. We go to get our car. We're walking into our car, and we have 6 hours to kill before the game. Right? So we have 4 hours to kill before the game. So we're going to go to this Costa Mesa Mall and walk around this mall or something. And as I'm getting in the car, I hear somebody say to one of the valet people, he goes, "Hey, where's that sneaker convention?" And the guy goes, "Oh, it's right here in the hotel." And I'm like, "Excuse me?" Sneaker? And it turns out, you guys ever heard of SneakerCon?
Yeah.
SneakerCon, like where it started, was their 15th year anniversary, and it was in our hotel's connected to the Anaheim Convention Center. It was the biggest thing I've ever seen when it comes to tennis shoes.
Yeah,
it
it's
was
a big deal.
humongous. The line was one of the biggest lines I've ever been in, with tickets for $32. So we went into SneakerCon, and then I texted the coach. The coach was like, "We're on our way." So the whole team went, and we were there
wild.
for hours, and sure enough, got a pair of shoes for Dutch for his birthday.
Happy birthday!
And what I'm saying is, if Blake would have made the reservation in the right hotel, we would have known about SneakerCon, and we would have never got Dutch's birthday present.
Look at that.
Well, it all works out.
And you negotiate, like he got the black Travis Scott shoes. That's what he wanted for his birthday. And there's thousands of tennis shoes.
You can haggle?
Hundreds of thousands of tennis. Yeah.
They trade. It's a legit thing. It's really, really cool.
So it's like, "How much are these shoes?" Guy throws out a price. I'm like, "I'll give you 100 less." He's like, 75 less, 50 less. Before you know it, I'm paying more.
Shrewd. That was shrewd.
SneakerCon was
Can
crazy.
you trade like shoes on your feet for shoes like?
And I mean, people don't really want shoes that are off your feet, but they have used and stuff. Like, they put them in really good condition. But a lot of people who are like sneakerheads like that will go in and trade for whatever.
That's what they're doing. They're wheeling and dealing and trading. We got Dutch's shoes pretty much about it after I being there an hour. So he would walk around with the black box, and you could tell these people know what kind of shoes are in it by looking at the box.
That's crazy,
right?
too.
So he got offered money everywhere we were going to buy the shoes that he was carrying. Right? Isn't that nuts?
Yeah.
That I feel like makes you so happy you got them.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, you're like,
When
"Oh,
everyone
people
else
really
wants
want
them?
these." So like,
Yeah.
no, I'm keeping them because everyone else wants them. But I
The
have them.
high demand.
Yeah.
And then get this. So my flight was at 4 o'clock. I was going to come over because, we got to get up early and everything. So I thought, I'm going to go home early. And then it turns out that Dutch's game was later, so I didn't want to miss his game. So I moved my flight to go home with Blake and Dutch at 7:30. So I feel it's peace when we moved our flight to come home. And we were leaving out of an airport called John Wayne Airport, right? And I get a text right when my flight's confirmed, and it says, "Your flight's been moved to midnight." And I'm like, "Midnight?" I said to Blake, I can't go midnight. That's no sleep, right? So that's on American Airlines. So we switched from American Airlines to Southwest Airlines. There's a 6:30 flight. 6:30 flight's perfect. So as we're pulling into the basketball game, I get a note from Southwest. Your flight's been pushed back to 11 p.m.
Oh my gosh. No.
So now I'm like, stupid John Wayne Airport, right? I've never been to John Wayne Airport, never heard of it before. Why am I going out to John Wayne Airport? So I start looking, and I know this Burbank Airport, that's an hour away. LAX is 35 minutes away. So I'm on the phone, Blake's on the phone, and then turns out there's another airport. There's the Long Beach Airport.
Really?
Yeah, that's 7 minutes away. Southwest flies out of there, and there's a 6:30 flight. Boom, we get on it, and we're fine.
Woo!
Isn't that weird? There's so many airports.
So many airports so close to each other.
So crazy, you guys.
You made it. It all worked out.
But the Long Beach Airport, if you guys ever get a chance,
I've never heard of it.
I felt like I was on vacation. I felt like I was like in Mexico on the beach somewhere. It was just a totally different vibe of an airport. It's like everyone there is so happy that that airport exists. It's simple. You pull up, you get in. You know what I mean? It's not like all these. Yeah, it was great. Anyway, John, Jane, Rich, I think last week Peyton was talking about how she's going to go work out with a friend, Kelce. But the Kelseys workouts are a minimum of 2 hours. A minimum.
Nuts.
How'd that go, Peyton?
I'm sore today. I'm definitely feeling it. We hit glutes yesterday, so my butt is on fire. And it did take us 2 hours. It took us about 2.5 hours, actually. But we took a lot of breaks. And it was fun, but I was very humbled by my best friend because she can lift. I was like lifting 10-pound weights and like sweating my butt off, but it was awesome and it was fun and I'm glad we did it.
I saw the video. I don't know which day you posted the video where you're doing, it's like fast forward.
Yeah.
Is that the video we have up right now? We have that up on our stories. So is that 2 hours fast forward? Like that was 2 hours on the floor?
No. That was just core. That we did.
So before you were like, I think if you were going to try it one time and then you were going to maybe join her, but just for an hour. But after actually doing it, would you do another like 2.5 hour workout?
I would just because we did take a lot of breaks. So a lot of it was like really working on the sets. Like really, if we wanted to get it done in an hour, we could. But
so I did this thing. I was at my son at basketball tournament in the Anaheim, Los Angeles area yesterday, and the game wasn't until like 6:00 the first game. So we went to Newport. Everybody goes to Newport. I was like, I've never really been there before. Let me check it out. So we're walking around Newport and doing all this stuff, right? And then I saw it, and then I ended up walking at the end of the night after the game. I didn't want to go to pizza, so I walked from one hotel to the next hotel, and I looked at my steps. I had 15,000 steps, 7 miles. I thought,
that's crazy.
Nobody's ever walked that far. Nobody. So I thought for fun I'd post it, and I can't tell you how many people are I had 25,000 steps. I walked. It was like endless, especially if you work like you're an Amazon worker. Those people get like 40,000 steps a day.
Crazy.
They must be shredded, man. But my legs hurt so bad from walking 7 miles. I just can't believe these people going in the Olympics that are running marathons and stuff.
These people.
So did you do any kind of recovery?
Yeah, I did. John Jay, you have been to that reset place, so that's where I was at. Me and Kelce, we hit it up there yesterday, and we did the infrared sauna. Y'all, I was like sweating my butt off 10 minutes in. I don't know how you can do 30 minutes in a sauna, John Jay.
It's tough.
That's not normal.
I know.
There's no way that's healthy for you.
Well, at the end of 30 minutes, I'm not kidding, I feel like I almost died.
Yeah, like you did a full workout.
It's terrible.
So it was really cool because what we did was like a whole series of things. So we hit the infrared sauna.
How long did you go in the infrared sauna for?
10 minutes. We tried to go for 15 and we could not hang.
You're supposed to go 20.
It was tough. We were recommended 10 to 15 minutes.
Because your first time, probably.
Yeah, so we went for 10 when we wanted to go for 15. But then right after that, then we went and we rinsed off all of our sweaty, nasty bodies, and then we jumped in the cold plunge.
What was that like for you?
The first cold plunge, it was 90 seconds, and like I'm an athlete. I was an athlete my whole life, so it's not foreign to me, the ice bath, the cold plunge, things like that. But it's been like 5 years since I've gotten in an ice bath. And we got in this cold plunge, and the first 90 seconds was brutal. It was brutal. I'll have to post that full video, too, because we're like screaming at each other.
Oh, good. That's what I want to see. So you have the video of you guys getting in, and it's just cold sitting there?
Cold plunge.
Good.
Yes.
Real time?
Real time.
Good.
So right when we got out of the cold plunge, we went right into the hot tub. We were in the hot tub for like maybe 5 minutes. Right after the hot tub, we got back into the cold plunge, which was like the best thing ever. As soon as we got in the second dip for the cold plunge, I was like, where has this been my whole life? Changing. And then right after the cold plunge, we hit the red light therapy, which I know you have. I don't really know what it does, but I guess it's like helps with your skin and stuff like that.
It does all kinds. It's supposed to do all kinds
my
of good things
skin,
for you.
I don't know if it was placebo, but I felt like my skin felt softer. And then right after that, we hit the Normatec boots for like 15 minutes, and then we were out of there. We felt so good.
Isn't that place cool?
Yeah, it was really dope. It had us energized for our Tate McRae concert that I was at all night. So
were you energized? You felt good?
I was good.
Wow.
I mean, and I'm sore, but nowhere near as sore, I think, if I didn't do all that stuff.
Oh, that's
you know?
interesting. Yeah, they say the recovery is the biggest part now.
Yeah, definitely. I want a cold plunge. Where do I buy one?
Will you go back?
Yeah, I'm going back today.
Will you go back even if you don't work out?
Yeah. I'm not working out today. I don't got time.
Oh, good. not good, but I mean, that's good that you're going back. Yeah. So when you go back, do you think you'll have the same routine?
I think so. Why not? You don't do everything, though, right, John Jay?
I do. It depends. If I'm with my son, I'll do the sauna. I don't do the hot tub. I do sauna, cold plunge, and then I put the Normatec boots on.
Gotcha.
And that's it. If I'm with my son, if I'm by myself, I will do the sauna, cold plunge, and I'm out.
Yeah, it's really nice. I only have one problem, though. Everyone's barefoot.
Everyone you can't walk. They don't want you to walk with your shoes on the thing.
I have like a weird thing with my feet and shoes. Like I won't even, if I'm at a hotel, I won't even shower without shower shoes. So I really struggled with that.
Maybe they'll let you in with shower shoes.
That's it.
But they have they have different locations, and the one that you went to is the one I like the best. It's not like foo-foo. Like the one in Arcadia now, they made it's really nice. It's like metal cold plunges, so your body's touching the metal and it's freezing, stainless steel or whatever.
That sounds
and
like
I think they're opening up one by you where you live now, I think.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey now.
Why do you need to make a cold plunge even more cold?
I know.
Yeah,
Why are we torturing ourselves in these ways?
Yeah, ours was like 47 degrees or something crazy.
No thanks. No thanks.
It was
Anyway,
nice.
the place Peyton's talking about is called Reset, and I'm sure you can go. We'll post her videos. I really want to see the long form video of you guys getting it. That's one of my favorite things when people come to my house to get my cold plunge. I just love filming them
For the first time, especially, right? Because you don't
they
know.
go nuts.
They're like, what? Your whole
Because
body
also,
is screaming to get out.
If you're by yourself, and then, you can kind of get in a zone, and it's not as dramatic. But if you're talking to people and you're not really go get it, okay, I don't know if I can get it, and you get it, it's like it's like you're not mentally prepared, and it's a lot of fun to watch. I can't wait to see it. So go to our social media. Peyton will post it just a little bit at John Jane Rich. How about Travis Kelce? I saw a headline that he hit somebody with a golf ball.
Yeah, he was doing like a charity golf tournament thing. Hit someone with a ball, and they were like bleeding, like hit this lady's head, and he made good with that. And then I guess afterwards they had a karaoke competition that he competed in.
Oh, dear God.
Okay, so you say, oh dear, but guess what? He was crowned the winner.
Travis Kelce! This is the best thing that's happened to him this year. This is the greatest thing that's happened to him this year. Taylor, this is for you.
Taylor, this is for you. I can just imagine Travis Kelce like picking up his third grader in the parent pickup line, blasting the music, singing, just embarrassing their kid. I can see it.
Totally.
Yeah.
And he, like, you can tell, like, from how he was singing, it was kind of doing it jokingly, but I don't know if you caught it at the very end. Like, after he hit that, like, no, you were like,
Yeah.
oh dear.
Yeah.
He went into, like, serious Travis singing for 1 second, and it sounded pretty good.
It sounded pretty good,
It sounded pretty good.
Yeah. Also, that's exactly how I think he would sound. He said Travis Kelce did karaoke.
totally.
He
Like a
played
little Pearl
exactly
Jammy?
the way I heard it in my head and then you played it is exactly how I thought it would be.
Totally. That's exactly, and that's Travis, right? He's just balls to the wall, no shame. He's out there. It's kind of fun. I mean, he's very entertaining to watch.
Now, what's the Katy Perry stuff? Like, if she dropped that song,
So
what's it called?
she
Woman's
dropped,
World?
she dropped the Women's World music video, and that's what was met with some criticism. I think people didn't like the way she was portraying women in the video, and she's like, okay, there's a little bit of criticism, but I don't think you're getting it. It's like, it's satire.
We're kind of just having fun, being a bit sarcastic with it. It's very slapstick and very on the nose. And with this set, it's like, we're not about the male gaze, but we really are about the male gaze. And it's a whole different world we go to after this.
So I had no idea. I watched this video a few times. I'm like, well, if it's a woman's world and we're all living in it, and it's like about the female pride, why you like half dressed? Like what's going on?
She answered for you.
Well, I did not realize it was parody until she explained it.
People also have a problem that she's working with Dr. Luke again with the whole Kesha stuff too,
which is like not very women's worldly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They say that celebrity deaths happen in threes.
Yep.
How right were they this weekend?
Yeah.
Right? So you have Dr. Ruth, who's a legendary sex therapist. You have Richard Simmons, who's a legendary health and fitness expert. And then Shannon Doherty. Man.
I know. It was sad. It's weird because the whole threes thing, That's exactly what I said when I saw. I think Shannon Doherty was the last death that I saw.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, wow. I was like, hopefully that's the 3rd. Hopefully there's no more, you know?
Yeah, I felt like just Instagram and social media this weekend was just so dark.
Super depressing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about Will Ferrell? What's up with him?
So he actually is doing something pretty exciting.
I have a major announcement to make on October 26th. That's right, in Chicago, Wintrust Arena, benefit show for Cancer for College. I'll be playing with my band, Swedish House Mafia. Boys, Steve, Seb, Axe, get in here.
We see you there, Chicago.
Be there.
Like so random, but such a good get for that charity thing.
Here's how I'm pieced this together: is his wife is from there, so that's why I think they remember when he did that movie about the Swedish American Idol show.
Yes,
like he has all the
Eurovision.
Swedish, he has all the Swedish connections because that's who his wife is born and raised there.
Oh my gosh,
so I think that's why. So he must have met Swedish House Mafia somehow or something.
That's going to be great, though. I mean, I just feel like everything Will Ferrell does ends up being hilarious.
Okay, so speaking of celebrities, I've been digesting this, trying to process this, and I don't want you to think I have a big ego, but the place I stayed at last week was in the news.
It was.
Right? And I stayed there on a fluke, right? Gaza Ranch, Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, right?
Yep. And they just wrote about how it's literally... it's attracting so many celebrities because they feel so comfortable to, and I quote, let their hair down there and relax because it's like there isn't a whole lot of paparazzi and it's like, you know, they're rubbing elbows with their peers and other celebrities, but it's a getaway for them.
So here's what I was
John Jay was there. That's crazy.
I was there, and the celebrities in the article are the ones I was talking about. And I'm like, I sent it to you. I sent it to my sister. My sister sent it to me, actually. And I was like, isn't that weird? I go, how is that? It's been the secret for a couple of years for these people. So then I started thinking, wait a minute. Our podcast has like 300,000 downloads in Los Angeles. Our show is on the iHeartRadio app. Could it possibly be the reporter?
Totally.
The reporter, because I talked about it as soon as I came back. Like, I thought, is it possible? Because sometimes we get stuck in this little bubble. We're in this little room, having fun, the four of us. Don't realize who could actually be listening, right? So it's possible that the reporter of that article was listening because it's too coincidental.
Not only possible, it's like the article didn't have anything in there that you didn't talk about.
Right.
You were their source.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like maybe they heard the podcast or were listening live, and then they went and did their research, and then they saw Kim Kardashian's posts and all. I mean, it's just so weird. I think
yeah.
It's weird.
Do you think that article will make these celebrities not want to go and vacation there anymore? Are they going to find another place?
Well, they have to sell their $40 million homes to get out of there. And I saw that J-Lo and Ben Affleck aren't getting any hits on their $60 million home.
Yeah, they had to make it public.
Right.
Zero interest even when they made it public, too.
Yeah.
I'm like, ooh, that's... And then I saw, which I thought was kind of sad, is that they are focusing on their separate lives right now. Neither one of them have plans to hang out or do anything this summer together.
You know what they do when you do the interviews on the paparazzi and what do you got going on this summer? When hey, are you guys gonna have kids? It's like what she said is so opposite. We're just gonna focus on our separate lives for now.
I'm like, wait, I thought you stopped going on tour so that you could work on things.
She did separately.
So working on, she didn't specify separately before, but yeah.
Kyle's social media is fun to follow. It is, yeah.
I think it's probably kind of boring, but I have fun in my own way occasionally. So we went up to Greer this weekend, me, my husband, my kids, and we went up with our friends and their kids. And I told you guys I was really worried about like taking a trip with them because we were staying in the same house. Because I'm like, this is a big step in our friendship.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't realize this was the
everything
trip.
it was like so great. We're like planning the next trip. It was like
that is
such
good.
a good thing. Except for there was one point where I thought like I was going to rip Scott's head off.
Your husband?
Yes. So my friend Ashlyn, she had sent me this Instagram reel. And she was like, oh my gosh, this is so us. And it was like when your husbands don't match your energy, right? And it shows two husbands and they're drinking and they're kind of like, meh. And then the wives come in and they're like dancing all crazy. And I'm like, that's so us. So I was like, we're doing that when we go up to Greer. And she's like, yes. So we bought matching pajamas to do this. And we're like really excited.
The two of you or the four of you matching pajamas?
The two of us.
Okay.
The girls, because we knew the boys probably wouldn't get in the pajamas, which is fine. All they needed to do there is stand there and take a drink of the bourbon they were already drinking. So I'm like, okay, guys, it's almost TikTok time. And they're like, I don't, trying to like blow it off. And I'm like, It's TikTok time. And Scott's like, I've made it a point to not do TikToks, so I'm going to sit this one out. And I was like, you're so funny. Stand over there.
I think about to say, where's the road trip husband?
I did drop that. I said, road trip husband would do the TikTok. He's like, maybe you want to call him. And I was like, maybe I don't. Stand over. Literally argue with him back and forth for like 10 minutes. And finally I was like, listen, I'm laughing right now, but I'm dead serious. If you don't do this video, like, we are going to have an issue. All you have to do is stand there. So finally he does it, but I'm like, dude, like, that could have taken 2 minutes of your time, and you spent like almost an hour pushing it off and arguing about it. And I'm like, why are we so resistant? Why don't we just go with the flow? You're the one who doesn't want road trip husband to be a thing. Go with it.
You need road trip husband, TikTok husband. You have all these different people.
I was like, because I don't know if you follow my husband on Instagram at Scott Fisher VO, he got into this thing for a while where he was making like Instagram reels of himself, and they were really funny. Like, he did one driving my daughter's scooter around as he drove to work because he works from home. And I was like, if you could do a video driving Betty, that's what we named the scooter, you can do this one. So he did finally do it, and then the kids all got involved and they wanted to do a second one. And so we had him do a second one. But like, I don't feel like I ask him to be like Instagram husband. Like, he's not taking videos of me all the time. He's not taking pictures of me. And I'm just like, why? Do your significant others, like, do they fight it? Like,
yes.
Kadeen's in videos with you sometimes, Peyton. Is it an issue?
It used to be an issue, and then it got to a point where it's like, if you do not do this, me and you are no longer a thing. So get on it. And now he has fallen into place.
Okay.
He gets
So
a
did
kick
you
out
guys
of
make
it.
the TikTok?
We made it. I just haven't posted it yet.
Come on.
Because there
To
was
know the backstory is awesome now.
was questions about posting it. And I was like,
Why?
I think I got to post it. And they were like, I thought we were just doing it for fun. I'm like, yeah, for fun to post.
Who makes a TikTok to not post?
Exactly. You gotta post it.
I'm going to post it. I'll post it.
Yeah,
we're
post
gonna do
it.
I can't wait to see it. That's so funny.
I'll ask for the forgiveness. Like, it's not even like, I don't think it's embarrassing for them at all. They're just standing there. It's probably embarrassing for us because we're dancing like fools and look stupid. Like, that's the whole point of it.
Watching us go super viral.
No, probably not. But
I wish that for you, though.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah,
I
when
wish
you
it for
post
you.
it,
You want
when you
more.
are you post it on stories, you can post it on your main thing.
I would probably do it on Reels. So
Oh,
it'd be on
okay.
the
So
main.
then I will make sure to repost it.
Okay.
Hilarious. Okay, guess what? It's Olympic week. John J. Rich Olympic week. I think the Olympics kick off Friday. Do they? Anyone know? Anyone?
I think they start pretty much for us on Friday.
They start
Saturday.
the Olympic torch relay tomorrow. So things are getting really serious.
And then they probably got the opening ceremonies probably Friday.
night.
And is Snoop Dogg doing the thing?
He is.
The
Good.
announcement.
On Peacock?
Yeah.
Will they be
I
on
believe
normal
so.
TV too? Because that's the thing. I think.
I'm sure, isn't the Olympics always on cable? Like, you should be able to find that on the news.
Yeah, but Snoop doing
his
it.
version.
I think they just put it on
He
Peacock.
makes it worth it.
Absolutely. He's
He makes it
fantastic.
worth it.
But it's John D. Rich Olympic Week, so we're going to kick things off with Real or Fake. A 4-pack of Legoland tickets is on the line. So I guess the Olympics don't start for a while.
I think opening day. You got it by one Friday off. It's July 26th, so not this Friday, but the next one is the opening day.
Still, you can't. You turn on TV and it's like official whatever of the
Sure,
Olympics.
people are qualifying right now, so it's a big deal.
Hi, Gabby.
Hi.
You are a contestant for Legoland tickets for the Olympic version of Real or Fake, right, Nick?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, sir.
Let's play.
So this is how Real or Fake works, Gabby, if you've never heard it before. I have a bunch of Olympic events here, and some of them are real. They're random, but they're real.
Okay.
Then on the other hand, some of them are ones that I just totally made up. Your job is to guess if it's real or if it's fake. Got it?
Got it.
Perfect. Now, to start off the competition, we'll begin with John J. Venice. John J. Club swinging. I know what you're thinking. It's not dancing, it's literal clubs. And you're synchronized dancing with said clubs in your hand.
Oh, I thought you meant like the lifestyle.
They thought it was a lifestyle or
Of swinging,
like
of swinging.
heading out to
I'm going to
hang
say,
out with a
God,
Hoosier.
that's got to be fake.
I'm sorry, John J.
Don't be an
was
idiot.
an Olympic sport many
serious?
moons ago.
So it's like baseball without a ball?
It is. It's like dancing with clubs.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah,
Okay.
so John Jay, 0 points. We will move on to Rick Barra. Pairs freshwater bobsledding. So okay. Basically, you're bobsledding on a water slide into a lake. At the end, you're judged by time and distance into the water.
Very creative, but I believe that is 100% fake, Nick.
Okay, and you are correct.
For shizzle.
Congratulations, Rich. First one on the board today.
Thank you. I'm a big fan of the Olympics.
Peyton, squirrel skeeting. Literally shooting squirrels in front of a crowd of thousands debuted in the 1896 Toronto Olympics.
The way you laughed at it makes me feel like it's fake.
Okay.
But knowing you, I'm going to say real. It's real.
Peyton, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. That is one that I just made up.
I should have went with my
I'm so
gut.
sorry. Thus far, Rich is the only one on the board. We're moving on to Kyle. Kyle, along the same lines, how about live pigeon shooting? Paris, 1900. Miss a pigeon, and you're eliminated.
Oh, I'm going to say, you know what? I think that was real.
And you would be correct.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Kyle.
For shizzle.
It's not in the
Round
Olympics
one.
still, though, right?
Not now,
Okay,
no.
dang. I was saying, I
know.
think you hear about
That's
PETA
sad.
protesting
PETA would have
that,
a-
yeah.
No, they would have a huge problem.
And they should have that Olympic event in my backyard. Quite a few pigeons.
You could do this one in your backyard too, John
What?
Jay. Gabby, this one's for you. Plunge for distance. You jump into a pool, and then you see how far you can float for 60 seconds.
Real.
Gabby on the board.
For shizzle.
Wow, really?
And it's still around. Or no, these are just have been Olympic
This
events.
one's been eliminated.
Okay.
They've come up with more creative things to do, I guess.
Wow.
John Jay, round 2. It's your chance to get on the board. How about pistol dueling? Contestants fire guns into scarecrows.
I'm so bad at this because...
They're also wearing frock coats.
Okay, fake.
Fake is incorrect. I'm so sorry.
Don't be an idiot.
Again,
Wait,
go
you know-
back to 1900. These are wild games.
man, that's so nuts.
There are more guns than runners.
Way more high
Yes.
stakes at the old Olympics.
All right, Rich, the 100-meter run walk. Here's the trick. You must have some part of both feet on the ground at the same time all the time.
That sounds like that's a real thing. That's real.
Rich, no.
No.
Run
Don't be an
walk
idiot.
is like a distance event. You should be embarrassed. That's what
I
I
have
made
seen
up.
people run walk, though. It's very entertaining
It is.
to watch.
They got their hips
The
going.
way their butts move is
Yeah.
Chris Paul did it in
Right.
that State Farm commercial.
Great.
Peyton, poodle clipping. A race to clip the most poodles.
When was this event happening? What year?
No questions.
There's no question. No one else is asking
Fake.
questions. I'm sorry, Peyton. That's
What?
incorrect. That was once an Olympic sport.
Don't be an idiot.
Oh, is the poodle French?
It was
French
in,
poodle?
It was in France. It was in the Paris
Were
Olympics.
they like clipping their nails or their hair?
their hair?
Okay.
There are drawings.
Bring that back.
There are drawings.
Kyle, basketball. I know what you're thinking, and yes, it is basketball with rackets. So you're trying to get the racquetball into said basket.
Ooh, that sounds fun. I want that to be real, but I'm going to say it's fake.
Fake is correct.
For shizzle.
He's not a you're not racketing a racket.
Gotcha.
Anyway, let's end this whole thing. Gabby,
Okay.
tell me curling's a real sport.
Well, what's that again?
Curling.
Curling?
There's a weight, and you throw it down the ice, and then you use brooms to make it go faster and where you actually need to go on the board.
True.
It is correct.
For shizzle.
There you go, Gabbeth.
Not real or fake. True.
You know what's funny? That's so. Congratulations, Gabby. You got tickets to Legoland. 4 tickets.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for listening. We'll do it every day this week. You know what's funny about that? Like, I think we've all seen that event on highlight films or whatever. That's so wild. That's real. That goes along the lines. That seems like that's one of those of the crazy ones you just brought up that aren't, you know what I mean, that were real but way back in the day, and they just haven't got to taking that out yet.
Well, it's so weird.
Like,
Like like you said, the things that they keep in the Olympics
Yeah.
versus like they eliminated like Greco-Roman wrestling from
They
the
did?
Olympics.
Well, now see, that makes sense that you would
back,
keep that.
It's back now.
Oh, that's
Okay.
cool.
But yeah, it was gone for like 2 Olympics.
But
and
you
they're
push
like,
this
no, wait,
weight on ice.
Wait.
That's so
We need
weird.
more brooms in the Olympics.
And curling, you don't need to be in good shape for that. Everything else, you got to be chiseled. You got to be the best in the world. Curling, not so much.
I don't think we'd be able to curl
I was
like
gonna
they do.
say, don't let a curler hear that.
Yeah.
I bet
Speak
you
for
they would not
yourself,
be
Yeah,
happy.
guys.
curlers
Do
are
you think
coming
there's
after
real
Rich.
curlers?
Yeah.
They just
Oh, yeah.
I think they're soliciting in the audience. Hey, we need somebody for this event. Anybody?
We'll give you a free tracksuit and a broom.
All right.